Hello guys, welcome to another video on TFF. Welcome to another edition of This Week on CAF. My name is Sid. I'll be your host for today, and yeah, it's been a busy week with exams and all sorts. And but as always, I'm here already tell you about African news over the past week that you may have missed. Yeah, hope you guys had a good week as well, and yeah, you're ready for another video on African football news. And today we're going to begin with Guinea-Conakry making their first Olympic Games since 1968. Yes, since 1968, they haven't made the Olympic Games, and yesterday they played a game against Indonesia, a qualifying game, at Clairefontaine over there in France. And yeah, they beat Indonesia 1-0. It was a goal by Elias Moriba, who scored at the penalty spot, which won them the game. It's really interesting actually because there were a few players that are obviously eligible for the under 21s and under 23 teams that play for their normal international team, who decided to go down a level to help them make the Olympic Games, which was really, really good. And another thing is because this Olympic Games is not an official FIFA date. The clubs could have easily blocked them because all these clubs have things to play for at the end of the season. Some of them are fighting relegation, some of them are fighting to get into Europe, and or even trying to win the league. So it was really good of certain clubs like Getafe and Strasbourg for letting Elias Moriba and Seydou Sow especially to play for Guinea under 23s. So they did really well there, and yeah, they've made their first Olympic Games, like I said, since 1968, and they're going to be in a group with let me go. So they're in Group A with the host France, the USA, and New Zealand, and yeah, it's going to be in July and August. I haven't checked the exact dates, but I think I believe their first game is like the July the 24th, and their last group game is the 30th or the 31st. I need to check again, but yeah, but they've made it. They're not the only African teams in the Olympic Games. There's also Morocco, who are in Group B, and they're in a group with Argentina, Ukraine, and Dominican Republic. It's really, really good for Dominican Republic. Excuse me. I'll be really interested to know how they made it. That's really, really good news. Egypt's Group C. Their group, they're in a group with Spain, Iraq, and Uzbekistan. Again, Uzbekistan, what a story. I would love to know how they made it. It could be their first. I'm not too sure. Iraq as well, really good story. I would love to know. Mali are in Group D. They're in a group with Japan and Paraguay. So these are the four African nations that have made it into the Olympic Games this year. Let me know if you guys would be interested to know, for me to make a video, especially for these four nations, speaking about their journey to the AFCON and obviously the history behind it, whether it's their first time and how long it's taken for them to make it, and to how long it's taken for them to go back to the Olympic Games and stuff like that. Basically, just the history behind it and their journeys to the Olympic Games in Paris. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys would want me to make a video like that. If not, then it's fine as well. So the seasons are nearly finished, and teams are slowly beginning to release their pre-selections. The two nations in Africa that have released their pre-selections have been Cameroon and Gabon. These pre-selections are for the June World Cup qualifiers. So with Cameroon, this is their team. I've put it on the I'll put it on the screen for you guys to see. With Cameroon, they're going to be facing Cape Verde and Angola for the World Cup qualifiers. And the big news with them is no Nathan Douala. He wasn't picked to play for he wasn't picked for the squad essentially. Even though in the World Cup in the AFCON, the past AFCON that happened in January, he was in the squad. So that's the biggest news in regarding Cameroon. With Gabon, the big news for them is that Aubameyang is back after a 1 year break from the national team. Yeah, he's had a really good season as well with Marseille, and is really good news for for Gabon to have him. The Black Panthers is really good news for them to have him. They already also have a new recruit, Noah Lemina, who's Mario Lemina's younger brother. He also plays for Wolves. He recently signed for Wolves from Paris Saint-Germain. I believe it was this January when that transfer happened actually, and I'm not too sure if he's played for Wolves yet. I believe he's been injured. But yeah, he's been called up for the first time by the Gabonese coach, and yeah, good luck to him. Good luck to them. Gabon actually play Ivory Coast and Gambia for their upcoming World Cup qualifiers. These are going to be the third and fourth games for the World Cup qualifiers for African nations. So yeah, it's all still to play for. So it's good to see essentially Aubameyang going back to Gabon, because there's all to play for, and they can still obviously make it into the World Cup in 2026. So massive news regarding Ayub El-Kaabi. Ayub El-Kaabi plays for Olympiacos, and he's been smashing it for Olympiacos this season. He has 34 goals in all competitions, which is just amazing. It's like Seydou Girassi is also doing really well, but I'll probably talk about him next week. But yeah, again, because I've spoken about him already. But Ayub El-Kaabi has been smashing it for Olympiacos. He's taken them to their first, I believe, European Cup competition final. It could be the first Greek team ever to do it as well, but I'm not too sure. It's definitely Olympiacos' first time going to a big European competition final, and yeah, he's been smashing it in the European Conference League, especially. They were in the Europa League, I believe, and it came down to the Conference League. But yeah, he's scored. I believe he's a top scorer in the Conference League with 10 goals, and overall he has 15 goals in all 15 goals in all European competition this season, in all European Cup competitions, sorry, and that's a new record for an African player. So yeah, he's doing really well. We spoke about Olympiacos way back, because when we mentioned David Carmo, who changed his allegiance from Portugal to Angola. He had a really good game as well against Aston Villa. I watched the game, and yeah, really good luck to them against Fiorentina in the final. So now next we have really big news in Portugal, if you're an African or even Senegalese. We have Fari Faye, who's the new Boa Vista president. He's been appointed or elected. I'm not too sure how they came to the decision, but he's been appointed the new Boa Vista president, and yeah, it's really big news for Africans, I believe, because you don't really usually see Africans be the presidents of European clubs. He has played for Boa Vista before. He played for them in 2003 to 2008, and then 2011 to 2015. And he's been, I believe, when he retired 2015, he's been the director of football for almost 9 years. So for almost 9 years, he's been there working within the club. So him becoming president isn't as wild as it may first seem. And it was Farife was a former Senegalese international player, and also played for a few Senegalese club teams like Casa Sport and Jaraf. But yeah, good luck to him. Um, I believe I'm going to be a Boa Vista fan next season. They're 14th in the Portuguese league, first division, and I believe they're not totally safe yet, but they have a game in hand, so they could be safe and then be playing in the Portuguese first division again from next season. We'll see. So good luck to Farife, and congratulations to him for becoming president of a European team. So now we're almost done. So please guys, like, share, and subscribe. But before we end, there's a story I want to talk to you guys about. There's a really nice story about Abdul Fatawu, who recently got promoted with Leicester City from the Championship to the Premier League. He's originally Ghanaian, and he was transferred from a Ghanaian club straight to Portugal at Sporting Lisbon. He played for Sporting Lisbon's C team, I believe, and during that time, as he was playing for the Portuguese C team, he didn't really fare well for them. It didn't go well for him. Long story short, he somehow got loaned to Leicester. Had a really good season with Leicester, and there was a clause within his sporting contract that said if he was transferred, if Leicester were promoted to the Premier League, Leicester would pay Sporting Lisbon 14 million basically, which is going to happen now. But the best bit about that is when he was leaving Steadfast FC in Ghana, Steadfast FC didn't want to get in his way, so they let him go for free. However, they put a clause in his contract that if Sporting were to sell him again, they would get 50% off any sale. So essentially, 14 million of that Leicester fee to Sporting, 7 million of it, which is 50%, is going to go to Steadfast FC in Ghana, which is really good news. Really, that's going to be really big for them. With 7 million pounds, British pounds, you can do amazing things with it. In Ghana, they can, I don't know, they can build a whole new stadium, new training complex. They can even build a school if they want to help the players. It's gonna go a really long way for Steadfast FC, and I just pray they use the money correctly, how they're supposed to use it. And yeah, good luck to Abdul Fatawu in the Premier League next season with Leicester, and congrats to Steadfast FC for gaining that. Well, basically winning the lottery in a sense, getting 7 million pounds. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, I hope you guys learnt at least one new thing with that video, and yeah, please like, share, and subscribe because it really helps. And we'll see you in the next one.